Okay, guys, here continuing on with my lure series on how to, and just kind of helping some players out. Some advanced players might get some tips out of it, some might not. But it's up to you if you want to watch it or not. But I am trying to help a lot of people out here. I do not cover the slop spoons. These are, decent for bass early on in the game, but there's so many better options. I cover a lot of the casting spoons here, are the ones that I like. Now they go anywhere from 1.0 or hashtag 1 all the way up to 5.0. The casting spoons are great for bass and pike as well. Again, we got medium spoons, narrow spoons, single spoons. That the roach spoon is actual single spoon as well. That's something I would encourage you to pick up around the Halloween time. Hopefully, a lot of you guys already got that. The medium spoons here. Here's kind of one of a weird thing here for me. I don't know why I would buy that big one there. That for me, there's just other options. That's a really heavy one as well, but I'll show you. Just you can do work with the good work with the just this one here or this one. And again, all the single spoons, there's just various sizes. Feel free to look through the shop yourself. Again, these jigging spoons, they're okay for salmon. Even on Nile perch, not too bad. But to me, I don't really like them as much on the shark as I thought that I would when they first came out. And I'll show you in upcoming clips. But stay tuned. Again, I cover the majority of these spoons here. Without further ado, we'll get into the clips. Okay, guys, starting here at the Everglades with the casting spoon 3.0. This one is definitely well worth a small amount of bait coins for it. I've caught a lot of bass on that. Again, just like in all my videos or clips, one thing you kind of want to learn throughout Fishing Planet is kind of figure out the water depth, what you're targeting. The bass can be weird. They can be, in the upper 1/3. They can be in the mid water column towards the bottom. I got that one at the bottom. Now notice it's very same cast. Thinking this one here is at the bottom, but what I end up having to do is I slowly just start working that up to the mid-water column, just inching it up, and that's exactly what I'm trying to do is get up a little higher. I'm not getting a strike. I'm hoping it's following it, and slowly but surely I work it up to the mid-water column section. Looking for a fight. I know he just tagged it there. He's following it, so I'm trying to get that to go up a little farther. Again, I'm just slowly trying to work that up, letting it fall back down. Be creative with your retrieves as well, guys. Now this here is what you would refer to as the sky twitch. In other words, you're just holding the rod tip up, basically doing a stop and go. Also referred to as auto hook setting or auto setting. Depends on what you want to call that there. All up to you. But there's a nice unique 11.4 pounder off that. Now here's another spin. Same kind of a thing. I'm trying to start low because usually they like to be in that lower 1/3. Again, I'm just slowly, gradually working that up because I'm not getting a bite. Trying to focus up to the mid-water column, knowing that the lily pads are coming up here again, just trying to stay in that 1/3 section of the water column. Still twitching. For whatever reason, bass do tend to favor twitching over stop and go the majority of the time. You will find some rare occurrences, maybe for some spotted bass there at the Quanchkin, that they might actually like a stop and go over that. But again, there's the just a 3/4 3.0 casting spoon. Ironically enough, in there that was 11 pounders. I could not get any. I couldn't get 11 pounders in a bass challenge last night off of a 6.0, but oddly enough, I got two 11 pounders off a 3.0 casting spoon. Go figure. But that's comps in general on Fishing Planet. But anyway, moving on here with this video. Again, started there with the stop and go. Also, kind of a key tip, all up to you. Don't risk your big lures on things that you don't want. But I'm actually running without titanium leader here. I just don't set my anchor. Keep your drag down. A lot of videos I've showed you guys that before, whether you're fishing for Goliath tigers and tiger trails, that sort of thing. But again, here I'm just going right back to the twitch. I've kind of determined they're actually in that mid to upper water column currently. As you can see there, that was towards the surface. Again, no matter what peak you're fishing on, they can move. Sunny, they could be near the top. Cloudy, they could be mid-water or low part. Again, just kind of moving on. That's the Hallow Spoon 4 over there. And I'm getting ready to go on to the next spot here. Same kind of a thing. He's at the mid-water. Right at the mid-water. Another stop and go there. And you'll also find, I'll show you in some upcoming clips, if you're not wanting to sky twitch or auto set, there's another way you can twitch in the game, what I would like to refer to as manual twitching, just reeling and twitching, but so you can still cover the water column. As you can see, I'm up there pretty high. I've kind of determined most of these fish, for whatever reason on this peak, are in the upper 1/3 of the water column, as I'm just sitting there trying to stay in that section there. You basically just reel and twitch, or set the hook, so to speak. Again, just kind of moving on here. As you can see, that's just a generic spoon that I was telling you guys about earlier. Whether you want to do the 1.5 fluoros, they do have the lemon or the orange, or the lemon and the tiger. Oddly enough, I've always heard this throughout the game. It's called, trying to match up your colors depending on peaks. Now, you will find some of those things, maybe green on a cloudy day, that sort of thing. But this is kind of one of those myth busters in my head, too. I think sometimes if you just find the strike zone that they're at, again, trying to focus on this middle water column. Notice different color there. Different color. That wasn't the same lemon spoon. I get a 26 pounder off that generic there. Just kind of showing you that as well. Best bet, whether you're in a comp or you're just farming, it doesn't hurt to have an assortment as I overview the net there, but definitely went on a tear with the spoons, or the casting spoons and medium spoon. Moving on again, again, going back to what I was saying, make sure that you have an assortment. If you got the money for it, bring you a couple different colors. For whatever reason, you might find a pattern where one color works better in cloudy weather, sunny weather. But for me, I think the most important thing I found throughout the game, throughout fishing with lures extensively on Fishing Planet, is try to find the strike zone. In other words, where are the fish? That's the biggest thing biggest tip I can give you is try to find where they're at, how deep, in other words. Again, just kind of demonstrating here. Perch you can actually catch on top of the water as well. Maybe some people didn't know that, but that depends. Again, in this case, you might find that the smaller fish may be near the surface, and the oddly enough, the bigger fish, or spot on, maybe they're down deep. But I'm just kind of showing you again here, just reeling and twitching here with a flat spoon this time, just targeting some perch, and that's gonna, for purposes of the video, just again showing you, you can kind of control your depth. Learn to have control with your lures, your spoons, whether you want to do stop and go, straight retrieve, manual twitch there as I'm doing. Again, that one's near the surface. Nice 145 pounder. Now, pay close attention here. Also learn how to transition. That's part of getting control, part of practicing. I'm doing a manual twitch. Now watch what'll happen. I'll go right into an auto twitch or sky twitching auto set. See, as I can just keep the rod tip up. Now I'm basically just doing a stop and go there, guys. And I'm just demonstrating that. I just went from one retrieve to the next. So make sure that you're learning how to transition your retrieve, so to speak, if you need to. In other words, you could start out with a twitch and go to a stop and go, or straight into an auto twitch, into a manual twitch. Be creative with that stuff, especially if you're not getting bites. Again, I'm just demonstrating that you can manually twitch. You don't always have to do a sky twitch to get these fish. Again, you can just reel, twitch, reel, twitch. I think you guys got the idea by now. Funny part is here in this, as I hook into this unique, it's been a while since I'd used the flat spoons, and I forgot how bad they are in regards to the fight time. I hooked that thing, I want to say, around 5:30 something. But man, this was a really long fight. For purposes of the video, obviously I'm not going to make you watch me fight this fish the whole way. But again, holy cow, big difference from using offset hooks to something like this. I will cover jigs and offset hooks and that thing in upcoming videos. But again, there's a nice 323 pounder off of just a trophy flat spoon. Moving on to the jigging spoons here at the Amazonian Maze for shark. I'm trying to lift and drop towards the bottom there. Again, underwhelming, just to say the least. 135 pounder. Now I'm just a straight retrieve. You can get them on a straight retrieve. Again, I'm trying to figure out where they are in the water column. I've got them dialed in, however, they're just sluggish to bite. Again, there's so many better options, in my opinion, for shark. If you're trying to do a lure, deep runner, do a swim bait, jig head 8.0 with your choice of shad, that sort of thing. Again, I'm just showing you different things. I figured out they're about in that water column depth there, so about that lower 1/3, or in between the half and 1/3 off of the bottom. But again, just underwhelming. Now we're moving on here. Just one thing I want to show you again, just to reel and twitch. Now you'll notice here I'm going for Taman. I can see that swirl in the back, so I actually let that fall to give him time. You'd have to rewind that, but I let that fall to give him time to hit that. Now that I've determined that there's, again, in that depth, I've switched off to an X Series single spoon. Again, look up around on YouTube, Reddit, whatever. I can't remember where I got all these. Make sure you're looking to get your challenges done. The game gives you a lot of free, good X Series lures. You just have to go and fish for them, guys. Whether it's 30-day stays, do your challenges, trophy challenges, mastering challenges, all those things. Moving on to the narrow spoons here at the end. Again, same kind of a thing. I'm not getting a bite, so I'm just going to kind of just let this fall. I'm going to let it fall here in a second. See how I let that fall? Hoping I can get something on the fall. Sure enough, boom, he comes after it. Again, remember, be creative. If you're not getting bites, make something happen, guys. Again, in this last fish I catch here on this video, on the narrow spoon, I just go straight to the stop and go. I kind of noticed that last one hit it towards the bottom. So I'm kind of just stop and go and reel and twitch there at the bottom. Boom, hit. Nice, unique. I hope this helps you guys out, and take care.